Minutes past 4 p.m. There's a final stretch of the drive before the news break, and we're joined by Dr. Hassan Ayariga, Guinean politician, accountant, businessman, entrepreneur, the founder and leader of the All People's Congress, and he was a candidate for the People's National Convention for the December 2012 presidential election. And I was just asking him off air if his political party, APC, will be going to Congress, because next year is an election year, and we've seen some renewed energy. The whole electioneering process has already started unofficially. We're seeing flyers and posters all over town. Sir, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Joe. How are you doing?
I've not seen you since your last birthday. We haven't met, but we've spoken.
Yeah, because you moved out of my community. Yeah, you've gone to the rich community, so we are watching you.
Doc, it's good to see you.
You're looking good.
Looking younger,
but
as
you're
usual.
looking good.
My brother.
I mean, the secret is the ladies.
Oh,
my wife and kids at home, they make me look young. The family.
Are we going to go there? And when he says the ladies, he means Day Trash, because he's an ardent viewer of Day Trash.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Doc will call me after each episode, and then we'll have our own review.
Say it again.
Our own review of Day Trash.
Of Day Trash. Hey, I've missed the program.
It's coming back this December.
But this time, I wanted to invite matured women too. I mean, let's take it to a different level.
Yes, I agree.
A level where we have matured men and matured people, those in society who have gone high. So I mean, and then let them also come with their own experience. Okay, to tell us what is it about love for those of them who have married and come out of marriages, and then they should tell us the story so people can emulate and understand the problems in marriages, the advantages in marriages, the way of keeping a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship.
I love that.
We need to move 2-3 steps ahead, and then it becomes a program where many people in the world will watch, not because of
the entertainment side,
but
the
lessons learned from it. Okay, because it's an interesting program. People are tired of watching movies, same thing on Netflix. I mean, Netflix give us old movies when the Europeans and Americans are done watching years. And then one day I said to somebody, I said, I'm tired of watching Netflix. The person asked me why. I said, when I'm in the US and I'm home and I'm watching,
the options you have
the
are
options
different.
I have in the US or in Germany is different from the option I have in Ghana. The person looked at me and said, Ayariga, well, you have the money. Why don't you also open a Netflix Africa?
You're passionate about entertainment, and I mean the creative space. That's one thing a lot of people need to identify. And for someone who is aiming at the highest office of the land, I'm sure you have a lot of plans and a lot of projections for this space.
Yes. Because I have passion for music. Myself, you know the kind of person I am. I'm a loving person, interesting person. I love people around me. I love to spend time enjoying myself.
Especially with young people.
Yes. So I want to see the music industry go to a different level. A situation where you see Stone Boy and Shatta Wale having a collaboration.
Wow.
Yes, it's an interesting. I mean, let's show them the way if they don't know the way. Let's hype the two of them.
Aspiring collaboration.
Exactly. Let's see how artists can do that. Let's promote the industry, because the industry is very, very weak.
Our music industry currently.
Very weak. I mean, the infrastructure is not there. Young people, when I used to be in Germany, when I used to live in Germany, we used to have a program that we do, and we do it at the beach. We have a dam in Cologne, that where we do the jam beach. So we open up lines, every Saturday we open up lines for young Germans to rap in.
Wow.
So you open them, then you ask them of their favorite beats.
Oh, okay.
And then you give them the opportunity, they will rap too. So when you are going home weekend from Friday to Saturday, people listening to it a lot.
Wow.
Because then they will see, then from there, the producers will start picking people and promoting them. And that's why Germans started having this. Germans, they didn't know American raps. They were always in the German local kind of music and those kind of olden days thing. So now you see there's a lot. Yes,
to a lot of this.
Now they are into a lot of programs, a lot of musical entertainment programs. They do a lot now. So we need to take it to a different level where we can also open lines. For instance, Saturday, Friday, you can have a program called Rap Entertainment or Rap Online.
Presido.
Yes, Rap Online. And then I can decide to sponsor it.
Okay.
And then we call it Ayariga Rap Online. We do it for Ayariga and the youth. So we give them 5 or 3 hours. Everyone calls in. You give a line, you call in, you tell us your beat, what you want us to give it, then you rap from there or you sing from there.
Wow.
Then we also look at a situation where we can also do what the Americans are doing. Okay.
The reality shows.
The reality shows. The what do you call
American Got Talent.
The American Got Talent. Let's start it because it's an opportunity we can groom our young people and make this country interesting. Okay. The economy is tough, and
the tourism potential in all this.
Exactly. Let's promote these young people who are sitting at home with so much talent and skills, doing nothing with it. I mean, presidency is not just about governance. It includes all these.
True.
It makes an economy grow, boom, interesting, favorable, understanding, and loving.
Wow. Dr. Hassan Ayariga is here with us. So next month, your party goes to Congress?
Yes, we want the MPP to finish with their...
Okay. Their fourth...
their interesting Congress. They have an interesting Congress. And
you call it interesting?
Yes,
Why?
It's an interesting Congress. I just pray that they come out of it stronger and healthy and not destroy their front, because the 2024 election is not about NDC and MPP.
Really?
Not at all.
The 2024 elections here in Ghana is not about the two major political parties.
There'll be a lot of surprises in 2024.
Really?
The Ghanaians are tired. The Ghanaians are not interested in NDC and MPP. They are looking up to another party, a party that can change the front of Ghana, can change the lifestyle of Ghanaians, can increase economic formation, can build more strong institutions that our country can move on with. So they have tested NDC for 16 years, equally tested for the MPP for another, also 16 years. So, I mean, what is there to talk about? What is there to talk about?
So a lot of people have had conversations around the fact that they needed that third force, we needed that third party to bring in, be like the bridge or filling that gap where Ghanaians who are probably fed up, like you mentioned, of the things of the NDC and the MPP will look at voting into power. We all thought it was the CPP at some point.
No.
And you're saying now that your party provides that solution, fills that gap.
If the NDC and the MPP had worked a bit and valued the Ghanaian people, and made sure that our resources were put into good use and reduce the level of corruption and mismanagement and wastage in our system, some people like us will not be running for president.
Really?
We're not running president for our stomach. No, we're not running for our personal gain. We're running because what people are supposed to do, they're not doing it. What they're supposed to do right, they're not.
You're tired of sitting back and complaining.
You see, there's a saying that those who make us suffer, it's not those who go and make noise. It's the intelligent one who sit quietly and watch. They make us suffer. We suffer because of these people who have refused to come out to help build this country. And Giovanni, let me tell you something. Sincerely, the NDC and the MPP are very smart people. Smart in duping us, smart in making us feel they are the best. And now, one way they've done is that they have succeeded, in making sure that the elite in society, engineers, doctors, professors, very, very elite in the society, are no more interested in Ghanaian politics.
Okay.
There's so much voter apathy. that this group of people who are supposed to make the right decision for us to get the best government have decided to fold their arms and watch what is happening in Ghana. And funny enough, they too, out of ignorance, have allowed the ordinary foot soldier of the MPP and the NDC,
the faceless ones,
to make decision for them to follow. So MPP is right by saying that, oh, let's make sure that the elite don't come out to vote. So that is why when you go to the polls, you don't see doctors queuing, you don't see accountants queuing, you don't see professors in the queue. No, you just see, sorry to use this, but the foot soldiers of NDC and MPP, the less people in society, those who are paid money to go and vote, these are the group of people the NDC and the MPP are targeting. So they target this group of people, and this group of people constitute 10.5 million voters. And they make the decision for the rest of the 17 million voters.
Which is not a good thing.
Which is not a good thing. So the APC and Hassan Ayariga, we are targeting these professors, engineers who are the elite, who understand democracy, to listen to us, to come out of their shells, to come out from wherever their comfort zones and make that decision that they derive and make a new change in 2024 and not allow the so-called hooligans to continue to make decisions for the rest of us.
One would also say, based on that same point you just raised about folks who should be at the forefront of making decisions, stepping up to the call of leadership, maybe that's why folks like Alan Tremontaine is going independent, because he's also saying that, well, he's garnered some form of support over the years in politics. He's thinking maybe I'm the right person to step in there and provide an option to voters here in Ghana. What do you make of that?
You want me to dignify your response with the issue of Alan is not something I really want to talk about, but then Alan has a history. The history of Alan is that Alan has been a founding member of the MPP, yes. Okay? Alan, as a founding member, has enjoyed
the spoils
very well. He's been a minister before, he's twice, he's been an ambassador, a whole lot. Alan has benefited from the MPP fraternity and had made a lot of he's enjoyed the MPP. So for Alan to come out and say there are certain things that because of those things he's not going to go with them, let me put this. There are many people in the MPP who sold their houses, their cars, their properties, their businesses to build MPP. There are many who sacrificed everything they had. And these people were never rewarded. And these same people are still with the MPP. They've never moved away from the MPP. Because they think a time will come, things will change. Yeah. So for Alan to move with that reason, I find it very interesting. You understand? Because there are many people who are also following the MPP because of Alan, who are in the MPP because they see him as a godfather. And because they see him as a godfather, they assume that this is our godfather in the party. He is supposed to be protecting us. So everybody has a godfather in every party. In the NDC, there are many people who they call themselves godfathers for the youth and for the party foot soldiers. So you coming out, thinking about yourself and leaving the rest of the people who are the foot soldiers, who labored with you and served with you for many years.
It's selfish.
Thank you.
You find it very selfish.
Thank you. So I think, and then funny enough, I don't see a future with Alan going anywhere. I think that you should have continued in the race. Because you see, the super delegate Congress was just 1,000 people. And these 1,000 people are people in government, ministers of states, regional chairmen, and a whole lot of people who will go for the party's favorite in every election. Let's remember this. There's a party favorite. The party has a choice. The one they think that for the party, this is the man we want to go with.
The brand we are going with.
So you cannot change that. If he was not lucky to be the party's favorite, he should have been fighting to be the party's favorite. Okay, but the party has a favorite. And that is what he should have been looking at. So in the super delegate Congress, most of the people voted for the party's favorite. But in the national delegate Congress, that has about 203,000 people, the dynamics can change.
So you felt his decision was a bit premature?
Exactly. And if I'm to advise him, I would have asked him to go back. But it's too late now. We have just 2 weeks to go.
So still on that, now Ken is clearly touting himself as that person, that candidate, preferred presidential candidate for the NPP. I can say same for the Vice President Bawumia as well. Which of these two would be easier to beat in the 2024 election as candidates, Hassan Ayariga?
It is beating them is not about their individual position. It's about their party.
The party, okay.
I'm going to use their party to beat them. The individual candidature.
So maybe let me rephrase. Which of them would you prefer? Because once they put that face on the ballot box, this is a sure win for Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
You want me to say things I don't want to say because a lot of people are listening to us, and I'll make a lot of revelations that.
Because I'm sure you're privy to things that the ordinary Joe.
An education. The two factions, they have their own thing.
Okay.
You see, first of all, some people believe that the MPP, the President Nana Akufo-Addo, has hijacked the party for the past 16 years. That's the belief of some of the MPP guys. And that is what, this is my own scenario. President Akufo-Addo was candidate 8 years. President Akufo-Addo won elections 8 years. So in all, President Akufo-Addo has been the leader of the party for 16 years. Now, other group of section of the party believe that if President Akufo-Addo and his team is taking the party for 16 years, then this is the time for them to be a change of direction, a change of team. So bringing Bawumia, others have to believe that it's a continuation of President Akufo-Addo's legacy. And it's not going to stop anywhere. Because Vice President Bawumia will be under the control, like it or not.
So it's a continuation.
It's a continuation of that thing. Now, others think that, no, it shouldn't continue that way. We should take them off, and then we also come in. Are you with me? So that is why Group Alan should have stayed. Group at Kennedy should continue. And any other groups that believe in that.
Yeah.
So not continuing gives them away and make it easy for Bawumia to win. Look, it would have been an interesting contest to have these three giants of the MPP on the same ballot, on the same contest. Bawumia, Vice President Bawumia, my good brother, Ken, a good friend, Alan, a good friend, to go to the contest, and then we see. You have initial question, who is it very easy to beat? It's very easy to beat all of them.
Wow.
The reason is that they have failed as a party. You don't weigh them per their individual
strengths.
Yeah. You weigh them per the party. If anybody is going to vote for MPP, he's going to say, I'm voting for MPP because my party, they have done A, B, C, and D. But and all of them were part of leadership. Bawumia is economic management team. Alan is a minister of trade. Ken is a number, sits in different boards and is also a member of parliament. Funny enough, I've never heard Ken say anything in parliament. That's one thing I don't understand about him. He talks out every day, every second. But when he's in parliament, he's so quiet. I don't get it.
You feel like he should have capitalized
yes, he should have. He's been in parliament for too long to be too silent. But he talks too much when he's outside. But when he's in parliament, he talks too less. And that would have given him a different perspective of
or advantage.
You see, they hear him more of outside the parliament than in parliament. Are you with me? So he should have been engaging on policies, finding out, bringing in alternative solutions to various policy alternatives. But he never did. But he is an interesting candidate. Why? Because he's down to earth.
He connects with the people at their level.
Exactly. He's down to earth. He connects with the youth. He connects with people. He's generous. He's a nice person.
He's dangerous or generous?
Generous.
Okay.
He's generous. He's a nice person. I mean, you can see it from his constituency. That the constituency over the years has given him the nod. Sure. Okay? And Ken has helped a lot of people. His like I say, his generosity is level.
And this was way before he even
decided
got the presidential
yes,
something that's you can tell is part of him.
Yes, it's part of him. What kind of president will Ken be? That's an interesting question.
That's where I was leading you to. That was my follow-up.
You know what? I want to keep quiet.
You want to keep quiet on that?
Because if I say it, if I say what I want to say, it will either be an advantage or disadvantage.
But do you
for
think
somebody.
Power in the hands of someone like Ken will be a dangerous tool?
Dangerous tool? Whoa.
Because a lot of people feel he will probably be the Trump of our time.
Trump of our time. You want to put the two of them together and see whether they are compatible?
Because you see him, he's an open book, more like. He would tell you what he feels like any day.
But in party politics, you need to be careful with how you say what you say. As a president, it's not everything you just say.
Yeah.
You need to be careful what you say as a president. You need to weigh what comes out of you. You need to weigh when you say it. You need to know who to say it to. Because you are protecting and leading a whole nation that have put their trust in you.
That's right.
Their wealth in you. So you don't become an ordinary person when you are president.
Okay.
You don't say anything you want to say. You don't just shout. You have to be diplomatic. You have to be a decent president. You have to be a president with some kind of honor, you know. So maybe when he becomes president, all these things will be guided.
All right.
But I don't know how long they can guide him.
That's okay. Let's move back to the All People's Party, the party you are hoping to lead and hopefully lead the nation.
And I wish them well.
That's right.
As
they go to the polls. Yeah, 4th November. It's not too far.
It's not too far.
Yes.
And
interesting dynamics. I like that. But there are a lot of young people listening to you right now.
Yeah.
Who are probably asking themselves. I mean, when it comes to politics, politicians have disappointed us over the years.
That's
I mean,
true.
and they're not being specific to any political party. Probably listening to you right now. 3 strategic areas you'd hope will speak directly to the youth.
Yeah.
As far as their basic needs are concerned, jobs are concerned.
That's exactly what I want to talk about.
Because the Ghanaian youth we are not asking for too much. We just want to be able to feed ourselves and our family, and be able to work and make sure that the economy is thriving. It's one that supports the hustle.
It's because we keep recycling the same people that failed us over the years. That is why we don't see jobs. First of all, what kind of country do we have? What's the population of Ghana? What's the statistics of Ghana? How many people are unemployed in Ghana? How many people are employed? What is the salary structure of Ghanaian people? How many people have national health insurance scheme? These are the factors that we need to first comprehend. And that is what I come with, a national database.
National database. Okay.
The first thing first, you need to have data of every citizen of your country.
Is that not what the
that is
Ghana card process
Ghana
started
card doesn't have a data. Ghana card is just an ordinary card. When we talk about data system, data system include a lot of features, which include your facial recognition, blood sample, blood group, fingerprint, where you work.
So everyone's unique identity,
your salary, the number of children you have.
That's a lot of power for the guy.
Exactly. That is not. No. When we are done with that, you want me to do what I want to do. Let's go with me.
Okay.
Don't jump.
Okay.
If you jump, you crash.
Okay, sir.
So let's continue. So the system includes your salary structure, where you work, your telephone number, your car, the number of cars you have, the plates, every information about you is captured. So as president, I am able to tell how many Ghanaians are working and how many Ghanaians are in school. I need just to click on my computer and know how many Ghanaians are living in Ghana and how many Ghanaians are out of Ghana. So this database is linked with national insurance, the national insurance is linked with the police data. It links with the immigration data.
Social security.
Everything is linked. So for instance, it's going to eliminate corruption first level. Because when you, Giovanni, go to the bank and deposit your money, because your bank statement and account is all there in the national database. So you deposit 100,000 Ghana cedis today. Tomorrow you deposit another 100,000. You'll be called by the IRS to come and explain how you got the 100,000, because the system will show. Giovanni has just deposited 100,000. How is that possible? So the IRS would now start looking for you, looking for the connection.
You can escape tax.
You cannot, because they know your salary. They know where you work. 3FM. They know you cannot just deposit 100,000 from 3FM. It's not possible. You have 5 cars.
They don't know.
They will know. Because the system is a policing. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
It's a policing system, national data system.
All right.
That police every Ghanaian, and we know of the factors and the data.
That's right.
This first, after putting this national data system, it gives us the perfect picture of the Ghanaian economy and the Ghanaian people. Now we begin to prioritize.
Okay.
Where do we start? How many people have jobs? Then we move to the first factor.
Agriculture. Okay.
We need to build a production hub where we feed ourselves from the produce. You see?
You eat what you grow.
Let me give you a data before we continue.
Okay.
We spend $1.2 billion every year importing rice. Over $700 million importing oil. When we have land that we can farm rice in various communities in the north and western region of Kenya. Now we spend $700 million importing oil. When we have shea nut, we can use to do oil. We have granules. We can farm granules to do oil. Soya beans, we can farm soya beans to do oil. Coconut, we can produce enough from oil. So all these things I'm telling you, I'm giving you the solutions. So we spend over 720 million importing chicken and fish. We have poultry farmers that we are not helping them to grow their birds. Because we don't produce anything. We don't farm. So we don't have feeds to feed the poultry. So the poultry become very expensive. The sea is right here. The money we spend in importing fish. We have fisher folks who need just what do you call it? Fuel, premixed fuel. But what do? We have fuel, we have crude. But as ignorant as we are as Ghanaians, we export the crude and go and import finished product.
Wow.
This is how silly we are. Sorry, my English language.
No, that's okay.
It's maybe bad.
It's allowed. Silly is allowed already.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is how silly we are. That we send crude out there and import finished product. Now, I continue. So the production hub is going to create jobs for the youth. Because we have to now prioritize our system of production. What do we need to produce? Are we going to produce oil and manufacture, produce soya beans to get oil? Yes. Granules to get oil? Yes. Rice to farm and consume? Yes. Chicken to eat? Yes. We spend billions of dollars just for consumption. Just to eat. Just for our stomach. And in the 21st century, how can a country be importing what it eats? I mean, I don't see it anywhere. As an ordinary farmer who comes from Baku, I don't import food. I cannot be importing food for my family. I have to be farming for my family. That's what the peasant farmers do in the north. So why can't we do it as a nation, even if we don't even know? Let's begin to do that. So when we move from, then we train our students.
Yes.
We change the curriculum of education to make sure that we inculcate our priorities into education. But what kind of education do we have, Giovanni? We have an education that I call read, write, and pass exams. We don't have an education that is creative. Our education is not innovative. It's not entrepreneurial skills. I mean, it's not a skilled kind of educational system. It's not innovative at all. So what we do is that we produce graduates who become useless. They're very useless because we only taught. It's teaching and passing exams. So they have nothing to offer. Even the informal sector is doing much better than the graduate we train. So we need to prioritize our system. From the database, we are able to draft a national development plan that gives us a headway of what we intend to do. With that national development plan, it will give us the information of whether we want to have 1,000 farmers to produce food, whether we have to change the curriculum of education to train people. Let's say we want to put a railway system from Accra to Baku. So we need to begin to build those kind of equipment. So we need to start training our kids on that engineering services. You understand? So the data system and the development plan give us all the things we need to do. Then we drop job centers. We build job centers. In every region, there's going to be a job center. So you don't have to go looking for a job in my country as president. You don't need that. The jobs will be available for you. You come to you. You will even choose. We will even have to run 3 shifts. Because when we start with a production hub, we're increasing production. The currencies, the Ghana cedi will go up. Not like the one we have.
You said you also mentioned how you're gonna encourage us to spend in our local currency.
Yes.
I remember having that one-on-one with you.
Exactly.
And how nothing will be quoted in dollars.
Nothing. Not
Jailable
at all.
offense.
Yes, it is a jailable offense.
Jailable offense.
Of course. No dollarization in my country. I'm not. Who? For God's sake, I'm getting angry now.
I know.
Who spends CD in the US? I mean, what is it? It's like a toilet paper. When you take CDs to the US and drop it in front of them, people will take it and put it in the bin because they don't know it. They don't need it. We should make our currency a very strong currency. That this is ours. So we should produce. Look, what do we have to offer the world? We have so many things, but we have given it freely out. We have oil. We've given it PPP. All the foreigners have taken over the industry. Gold, mining, they've taken over. Banking sector, Nigerians have taken over. The cocoa sector. All the mineral resources that is supposed to be yielding profit for the Ghanaian people and creating jobs for the Ghanaian people have been taken over by foreigners. Chinese come, they've taken, look, I'm being told in Bolga right now, they want to destroy my town. They want to destroy Upper East. I am praying to become president by 2024. I'll stop them from doing that galamsey there.
They've gone up north.
They've gone up north, okay? And sent huge machines there they want to destroy. They finished Western region. Go there and see whether it's proper road. Do you know why now doctors are suffering and having complications? Women having complications at the hospitals.
The chemicals in this water
they
bodies.
Drink. We are so ignorant that we allow them to destroy our water bodies. And funny enough, it's even the food that we eat now. Very soon, all of us will be becoming something else. We'll be dying very slowly. We'll not reach the age of 60. Those who hit 60 should be thankful because the chemicals we eat is from the cyanide, the water that goes down. Funny enough, look at the farmers that we have now. Very lazy farmers. They use chemicals, okay, to spray the weeds when they begin to farm and spray the weeds. And this chemical go down there, kill the weeds, and stay in the soil, down the soil there. And when it rains, it becomes active. So whatever you plant there, it's going to absorb the chemical from that soil. So whatever you're eating chemical food. This is how bad it is.
43 minutes past 4 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3FM Drive with me, Giovanni Caleb, and we have the leader, the founder of All People's Party, APC, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, joining us here for a quick conversation. And we've been touching on very, very key areas. There's a man who is seeking to rule us as president come 2024. He's telling us how we should all together be tired of the two major political parties. He's seeing himself as that third force, that option. That should be, yes, voted into power. We have so many other areas we get to touch on, but the news is coming up at 5. You mentioned how corrupt subsequent governments have been. We'll get into that position shortly. And then your plans for security, your strategy to address security challenges and promote peace and stability. We'll get into, you touch on employment, how jobs will be. The jobs will not be seeking the graduates.
Yes. I didn't even finish that aspect. I still have to continue. You know, they need to know what is going to happen. I just touch on it and move a bit. But I'll come back again.
All right. And then we'll get into human rights quickly. But let's also talk about dam spillage. What would you have done differently as president if this happened during your term?
You see, Giovanni.
Yes. Talking crisis management.
I'm sad for Ghanaians. Yes. We don't only have poor leaders, we have wicked leaders.
Wicked
Yeah, they're
leaders.
very wicked. This thing has been happening over the years. This is not the first time, not the second time, and not the third time. As a country, you know Bagre Dam from Burkina Faso. Anytime they open their dam, we suffer the consequence. It goes through the White Volta from Boku, those areas. Millets, foodstuffs get flooded, washed away. It happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Every year it keeps happening. What are we thinking? Or are we just always waiting for a disaster to happen for us to run there and cry and gather resources and tease the people and then come back in their homes and say, hey, this thing, let's buy some rice, go give them, buy some tissue, go give them. And then we talk about our party small. I didn't go. I've refused to go. No, I'm go. Because I get tired of this kind of attitude of our people. We need to change our mentality and the things we do. Look, Giovanni, if you know that at all times, Bagre people, I'm going to be a very interesting president. Seriously, every sector, I will have keen interest. I'm not going to leave it for people to. I'm going to put serious structures that after 4 years, I'll be a ceremonial president. Yes. When you put the right structures in place and discipline the people and the attitude of people change, and you change the attitude of people, everything will work automatically. You don't need to monitor anymore because the system are in place. But when there are no system in place, you suffer like a rat running for rescue. So the spillage, Bagre in Burkina Faso, when they have problems, they open their dam. And what do? We don't have a defense that if they open their dam, we can say, okay, let's block. Let's make a defense so that when it goes back to them, and then they will suffer the consequence and know what they are putting to right. We have never sat with them and find a solution that anytime you want to open a dam, we need to clear our place. We need to desail all our rivers, desail the White Volta, and make sure we clean the water banks and all that, and make the place clean for us to also have to be able to accommodate the water. We don't do that. Even normal gutters we can clean. Gutters. Accra here. You're talking about Bagre Dam. It's an interesting part that you shouldn't be talking about it. Talk about Accra. When it rains 45 minutes in Accra, the whole Accra gets flooded.
Like this done.
Yes. What happened? Have we changed? Have we learned something from the third disaster, the June 3rd? No. Have we learned anything at all? We are dumb. Sorry.
And I mean, it's as raw as you put it.
Yes. We are dumb. Seriously. We take advantage of the people and do just nothing. Look at the gutters in town. Choked, debris all over. When people you have traveled abroad, you've seen how water parks are, you've seen how the community areas, they've turned their water place to sitting place, recreational centers. Yeah. Show me one recreational center in Accra or Ghana where there's beautiful water park. Water park, you're going to say one, just one pet. I'm not asking for two.
What's your plan for poverty alleviation among your people, Dr. Hassan Ayariga? What's your plan?
Poverty
alleviation. How to make life comfortable for our people.
Very simple, very easy. What are we doing in terms of job creation? If we're able to create more jobs like we started with production, we go into manufacturing, we're increasing a vacancy for jobs. We go into industrialization, we're increasing vacancy for jobs. Then we begin to have what we call unemployment benefit. I will bring what is called unemployment benefit for kids from baby until 18. You get benefit for being a child of Ghana, for being my child. Okay? If your parents are not working, I am going to find jobs for every parent to work. And those who have, for instance, let's say, disability and all that, they get benefits. Well, that is an unemployment benefit. And some will get food benefit, some will get clothing benefit. We have to carry everybody along. So those who work as a socialist political party, we take care of those who do not have jobs by creating more jobs and more opportunity. And it's very easy. You tackle what is important in your society in terms of creating of jobs, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of industrialization. And then you have so much for the people, and the poverty level will go down drastically. Poverty is as a result of not having jobs. It's not because it's a canker. It is not a canker. It is not a canker. It is create jobs and everybody will be rich enough. And make sure your city has value. The Ghanaian fares.
How about taxation? How do you ensure fairness and also generate revenue for development projects? You seem to have a lot of projects under your belt. How do you ensure that there is enough money in the system to go around to help achieve all these goals you have on paper?
When everybody has job, they pay taxes. And when everyone pays taxes, the money circulates and goes and come back. But when we give all our resources to the foreigners, our oil sector, mining sector, bauxite and everything, they repatriate all the profit out. And when they do that, the economy goes down on its knees. Because the money that is supposed to be given to Ghanaians to turn around and generate for jobs to be created and the money to be in circulation is being taken away. You don't do that to your country.
You've heard of the betting tax. A lot of young people are complaining about that.
I will cancel betting because betting is an avenue for, what do you call it, lazy people.
Really?
Of course, why do you bet?
There are a lot of young people.
Because they have no jobs, Giovanni. They're looking for avenue.
So you would cancel betting?
I will cancel betting.
You make it illegal?
Illegal in my country. Why do you bet? What do you mean by betting? When I need young people like them to sit on computers and design things and build a country where we have the highest technology in Ghana, in the world, you are sitting down doing betting.
A lot of them pay taxes. I mean, they also...
We don't need those taxes.
You don't need betting taxes?
I don't need betting taxes. I will create jobs for my youth to build, manufacture things that the world will import. Why do you think China is making huge sums of money? Because everybody is importing from China. Let's become an industrial nation where our youth are put into use. Look at the Sakawa boys that we have. These people can be given an avenue. Okay, cyber security, to build a cyber system for Ghana that we can, I mean, actually.
Well, Doc, this betting one, already people have started calling us.
I mean, the betting, I will cancel it.
Cancel it, yes.
I will cancel it. Betting is a lazy job. It takes away the productive youth out of their future. It takes them out of the things they can do. It makes them become so lazy, so dominant,
and over-dependent.
So we don't need that. It's because, look, for instance, Hassan Ayariga, why would I go in bed when I make money from the things I do? You bet because you need money. You don't bet because you have money. Those who have money don't go betting. It is those who do not have. And that is why they keep taking their monies away. They make them poor.
What will be your perfect punishment for corrupt officials of government officials?
Some people have to go to hell for others to go to heaven. So when you're corrupt, you know where to go. You go to jail, you stay there for life. And funny enough, we will not make you just stay there. You farm. We'll send you to the farm to produce for those who are out there to eat. If you're a lazy man, we'll put you there. Corruption is not even going to happen. Because of my national data system I'm doing, you can't be corrupt in Ghana. It's no way. I will not even, the system will not allow you. Because you see, Joe, when you have a perfect system in this studio, that everybody has to come to work by 7 o'clock, you have a machine that is sitting up somewhere. You come and clock. If you don't come, you come with your ID and swap, and you go and sit down in your office and you put it in your computer, the computer become active. If I am your boss, first of all, when you swap, when you don't swap or you swap and I don't see your computer being active, I can now say the backup that somebody swapped, but your computer is not active. Those are the systems. Yeah. So you cannot cheat system.
It's sustainable.
It's sustainable. So you cannot be corrupt.
System that
we cannot have
light off go.
You cannot have this kind of duplicates in names, in
ghost names,
and all that. You can't have it. You cannot be having cash. You don't have to carry cash.
Unexplained
cash or wealth.
What would you have done if
with
you were
so much
president
cash?
And you have someone like Cecilia Dapa as one of your ministers?
I don't want to talk.
Who's facing all this legal.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, because you know on a personal level.
Not that.
Okay.
If I'm president, you'll see what I would do.
Doc, unfortunately, we've got 5 more minutes to hit 5. Our friend and the team will be taking over from us. But if you don't mind, we can come back at 6 to 7 and continue.
Oh, no.
If you have other engagements.
I have a lot of... I'm sure Ghanaians will call you and then they will have questions. I wish I was here to answer those questions.
Yes, I know.
Because all I can say is that 2024 is an interesting election, and I'm sure the Ghanaians listening to us this afternoon or this evening to make the right choice. I mean, we've always been saying that the smaller parties are not serious. I mean, please stop that joke. You become serious. When you are serious, you will see that we are serious. But when you say we are not serious and we are serious, who is serious then? So let's stop the issue of saying that the minority parties are not serious. They should come together. They should do it. NDC and MPP are not coming together, but you are voting them. We want to build a third force. And the third force is that Ghanaians should look out of the box. Let's make a decision this year, at least once, that is not about NDC and it's not about MPP. Let's bring in a competitive player that the Ghanaian people will see. This year, Giovanni, tell 3FM to come out with a very serious debate. Some of us will sponsor it.
Yes.
So that we see the candidates and what they have. And in this debate, I'm here. Am I here with the phone? Am I holding the phone?
No, you're not.
Am I holding the book?
No.
This is how we should debate. Everybody should sit and watch
They say the plans they have for us.
From their
head.
Their head, not from their books.
But Doc, before our time runs out, Doc, one would say you've accomplished a lot for yourself as a young businessman.
Thank you.
You've been on this presidential journey for a while now. One would expect that, Ghanaians are probably not ready for you. Then you just go and enjoy your riches with your family. And you have a very young family as well. What keeps you coming back?
I can't sleep.
What keeps you coming back?
I can't sleep.
You cannot sleep?
Yes, because when I see people do wrong thing in my country, when I see people taking advantage of our nation, when I see people looting our country, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. It's so sad that Ghanaians don't see what is in Hassan Ayariga. What is wrong with us? That our own people we have entrusted this country into, they are the ones who are milking this country and making us suffer. Look at our roads. Look at the health sector. Terrible. Dialysis. People are dying. But you're buying Land Cruisers, Jeeps, buying cars for girlfriends, buying homes for girlfriends. For God's sake, are you serious? Where did you get that money from? You see, we politicians are the ones sucking this country. They're the ones destroying this country. And I feel sorry for the NDC and MPP, and I feel sorry for Ghanaians. But at the right time, some of us that has passion to change this country, one day, 2024, the Ghanaian people will see the difference in us. And they will make that change.
Why do you think a lot of young people are leaving town? What would you have done differently?
Do you know what? It's not only the young people that are leaving, the nurses are all leaving. We're going to have a serious brain drain very soon. But I am telling them to stop. The hope is back. There's hope in Hassan Ayariga. There's hope for 2024. Let them stay. Because wherever you're going to be a slave there. Rather stay in your country. Work hard. Change the narrative. Change the status quo. And build a new Ghana for yourself. And then tomorrow, you will hit your chest and tell the next generation, we stood and built Ghana for you to enjoy. But now, we are only transferring poverty to the next generation. And that is why already they are running out of this country. Thankfully, there is no coup. Because the kind of things that is happening in this country and the neighboring country, you see what is happening in the neighboring country. The coup d'etat.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's coup? Poverty, hunger, mismanagement, wastage of government resources, lack of leadership, a whole lot. We have experienced that. Haven't we? But you see, coup is expensive and peace is expensive. But coup is more expensive than peace. So I ask Ghanaians, let's hope for 24. Because if there's school, who are you, Giovanni? You have a wife and 3 kids. Who are you going to put on? You can't run 10 kilometers
with Giovanni. One of them.
With not you yourself alone.
Dr. Hassan Ayariga, we wish you well,
Thank
but
you.
Definitely this will not be the last of our conversation before the elections.
Sure.
I'm sure for even before the end of the year or early next year, we'll be getting into more of your plans. Maybe we'll even profile you weekly or monthly, have a special time with you and young Ghanaians. So you preach and sell your ideas to them.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Dr. Hassan Ayariga of the APC. Thank you.